Hello there. Welcome back, my fam. I am Perez Hilton. So honored that you have chosen to spend a little bit of time with me. We are doing the hot topics today, and let me tell you, things are caliente. We are going to be talking Serena Williams, Simone Biles, Kamala Harris, Jennifer Lopez, and more. But first, a reminder, if you are watching the replay, please consider becoming a member. I have set up a membership on my YouTube channel, and it's a great way to support because look at my views. Just scroll through my videos. I'm very transparent. YouTube makes the numbers public. I don't get a lot of views, but I am consistent and I'm good and interactive, and I appreciate you all so much. So if you can, please consider becoming a member. In addition to supporting me, as a perk, all of my members get to enjoy chatting with me live during the premieres every weekday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, like Wendy Costello, who is a member and a superstar. Thank you, Wendy. I have just switched the live stream to member-only mode, but when the premiere is over, everybody can comment, okay? And everybody can like and everybody can share. So let's get to it because there is a lot to talk about, including Chappell Roan P. Ollie, who I am obsessed with. First, some congratulations are in order for Chappell Roan. Let me move here because I didn't have the frames in the background yesterday. I like to alternate. Some day frames, some day not. Chappell Roan's Good Luck Babe has hit a new peak on the Billboard Hot 100. It's at number 8 this week. Its previous peak was number 10, so it keeps growing. Additionally, it reached number 1 on Spotify. You know what that means? If it's number 1 on Spotify, it means we can expect it to see it go even further up on the Billboard Hot 100 next week. Additionally, the VMA nominations were announced today, and Chappell Roan got 2 nominations. However, leading the field with more nominations than anybody else, Taylor Swift with 10 VMA nominations. So major. Also, here's a little exclusive if you didn't see the video that I posted earlier today, but I have some more backstory and context to share with you all. Do you guys know who SZA is? SZA is a very popular singer right now. Her album that came out last year, I believe, was number 1 for a long time. It did very well. I think it was number 1. Anyways, it was a very successful album, SZA. Her album. And I posted a video on my I to the G of Chappell Roan performing at Lollapalooza to what festival organizers say was the biggest daytime audience ever in the history of Lollapalooza. And Chappell Roan's fan, SZA, saw that video, and SZA said the following on my video that I posted. She said, quote, "I would pay all my money to see the faces in the executive offices at Atlantic right now. I just know somebody fired." Now, what you don't know, if you don't understand that, what she means by that is Chappell Roan was signed to a major label when she was still in high school. Chappell Roan was signed at just 17 years old. She was discovered because she had been uploading videos to YouTube. It's so interesting. Isn't it interesting how social media, like the longer you're around, the more you just see it come and go and the cycles, right? Like artists back in the day when I first began used to get discovered on MySpace. Lily Allen, Adele got discovered on MySpace. Then it went from MySpace to YouTube, which is actually where Chappell Roan got discovered because she was posting on YouTube in 2015, 2016, 2017. There was no TikTok in 2017. Now artists are discovered on TikTok, like that singer Jax and a lot of other artists. So Chappell Roan got signed by Atlantic Records when she was a senior and released music with Atlantic in 2017. And, was an Atlantic artist for a couple of years there, at least 3 years. And then unfortunately, during the pandemic, they dropped her. But the way the universe works, well, she ended up moving back home to Missouri. And then the producer that she had been working with found huge success because he was the one that produced the entire album of Olivia Rodrigo's debut, which, remember, that was a huge success. The Olivia Rodrigo debut album was a monster hit. So much so that they gave the producer, Dan Nigro, his own imprint, a label that was a subsidiary of Island Records. And he decided to sign Chappell Roan as his first artist. But you know what? That's actually very common in the music industry, getting dropped and then signed by other labels. Lady Gaga, huge success. Before she was with Interscope, she had been signed by, I think, L.A. Reid, right? What? By Island? Wait, let me look that up really quick. Lady Gaga. She's with Interscope, but before she was with Interscope, she was, I think it was L.A. Reid. Let me see here really quick. Right. She was with L.A. Reid at Def Jam. And then they dropped her. And after dropping her, she got signed to Interscope. And the same thing happened, but even worse, to Katy Perry. Katy Perry got dropped twice by major labels before ending up at Capitol. She got dropped twice, so she got extra lucky. So yeah, congratulations to Chappell Roan. I'm obviously obsessed. Huge fan. Love her. All right. In other news, let's get to something juicier. Because I don't even know I don't know how I feel about it. I think I know. Let me process this in real time. Because I don't script what I'm going to say. And I have no idea what I'm going to say. I mean, it is a bit diva, but let's talk about it. Hey, Adam. Some of you might have seen that Serena Williams took to Twitter to complain about not being able to get a table at a fancy restaurant in Paris. Hey, Osfly girl, a reminder, it's summertime in Paris, which is the busiest time of the year there, and it's the frickin' Olympics. So even busier during the busiest time of the year. And Serena Williams did not have a reservation at this restaurant. She did not have a reservation. So she took to Twitter and called out the hotel. She said, "Yikes, Peninsula Paris. I've been denied access to rooftop to eat in an empty restaurant of nicer places, but never with my kids. Always a first." The hotel responded. The hotel said, "Hey, Halifax Angel," the hotel says, "Dear Mrs. Williams, please accept our deepest apologies for the disappointment you encountered tonight. Unfortunately, our rooftop bar was indeed fully booked, and the only unoccupied tables you saw belonged to our gourmet restaurant, Lucé Blanc, which was fully reserved. We have always been honored to welcome you and will always be to welcome you again. The Peninsula Paris." What's interesting is, I would say, giving what my job is to have a pulse on the temperature and to see what the responses are. And I think the overwhelming majority of people, this rubbed them the wrong way. Hey, Sherry, people are like, Serena's expecting special treatment. It was fully booked, but But that's life. Celebrities, politicians, really, really rich people get special treatment. And I do think she should have gotten it, to be honest. Because they could have, only because they could have accommodated her if they wanted. Meaning, okay, the restaurant's fully booked. Do you mind waiting 10 minutes, Miss Williams? We'll go get a table and set up a table for you outside the restaurant. That's the thing, right? You say, okay, well, we're fully booked, but we can accommodate you over here. We'll set up a table for you outside the restaurant or something like that. And then if she says, no, I want a regular table inside the restaurant, then they're like, well, we cannot do that for you. But I think they should have tried. If they really wanted to, they could have accommodated her. She's Serena Williams, the GOAT. She also should have made a reservation. Come on, I can see both sides here. It was Diva, but hey, now we know she's a diva. She's a diva. Beyonce, though, would not tweet about that. Or would she? I don't think Beyonce would tweet if she got snubbed from a restaurant. But Beyonce would have made her plans ahead of time. Beyonce would have had her security go to the restaurant ahead of time and sweep it. She's next level. Like Serena's A-list, Beyonce's A+ list. And there's a difference there. Also, speaking of the Olympics, Simone Biles is being called out for her silence. And do you think remaining silent on this drama makes her complicitly a bully? Is Simone Biles a bully because she is not quieting the storm around her former teammate, Michaela Skinner, which started because of Michaela Skinner's own words? I think I spoke about this previously on my YouTube show. If you don't remember, Michaela Skinner, a former US Olympic gymnast, is now a vlogger. Like everybody's a content creator these days. So in a YouTube video of hers, Michaela Skinner called this year's Olympic gymnastics team basically lazy and untalented. I think that's those. Let me see if I can quote her exactly what she said, because I don't want to misquote her. Here we go. That's literally what she said. She called them lazy and untalented. This is what Michaela Skinner said in a YouTube video a few weeks ago. Quote, "Besides Simone, I feel like the talent and the depth just isn't like what it used to be. Just notice, obviously a lot of girls don't work as hard. The girls just don't have the work ethic. So the talent and the work ethic are not there." She called these women that are gold medal winning as a team lazy and untalented. Obviously, the Olympics is a lot of team sports, a lot of individual sports, but highly patriotic, and people feel very invested in our athletes and our team. And it riled up a lot of people, and Michaela Skinner got a lot of criticism for this, so much so that she now, this week, has taken to social media asking Simone to step up and tell people to shut up. You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? This is gaslighting. Because Michaela Skinner is not a victim here. Gaslighting, not a victim. Well, Adam, Simone actually, after winning, if you remember, after Simone and the U.S. team won gold, Simone posted a photo with a caption of something about lazy and untalented, right? She made a joke of it. So she she did like a really masterful clap back after the U.S. women's gymnastics team won the the gold medal. Yeah, stop gaslighting. And you know what? Just take a break from social media, Michaela. Like, either turn off all your comments or delete the apps from your phone for a month. Come back in a month and everybody will have moved on. But quit your baby violin tears act, because I don't feel sorry for you. How about you all? Let me know in the comments section when this live stream is over. All right. In other news, the Real Housewives of New Jersey finale aired, and it was gross. I did not watch, but I read a recap of everything, and actually, I think I've changed my mind. And don't worry, if you didn't watch, you don't need to, because my thoughts are pretty general. Teresa went hard. Teresa went really hard against her sister-in-law, which she's been doing that for a while now, Melissa. And how pathetic and sad that your aunt is attacking your mother like that. Like, if my aunt was doing that, I would estrange myself from my aunt and from my cousins. And that's just sad. But Teresa called Melissa a W-H-O-R repeatedly. W-H-O-R-E, W-H-O-R-E, blah. Water was thrown at it was basically like a rehash of, that one iconic season where Teresa flipped the table. It almost was like flipping the table. But I think now, actually, I think it's time for a total reboot and get rid of Teresa as well. You can be drama, and we want you to be drama. But there's a difference between drama and toxic. Do people want to watch toxic, or do you want to watch drama? You know what I mean? There's a fine line. And I think Teresa has crossed that line. So much so that even her husband, Louis, took to social media to apologize for his actions on the reunion, because he knows the writing is on the wall. All right, we need to lighten things up. Some exciting news. Kamala Harris has picked her running mate, Tim Walz. Interesting choice, but I don't know jack about this Tim Walz guy. He had a pretty low profile until recently, when his name was being mentioned as a front runner. He is the governor of Minnesota. Wait, is it governor or senator? I think governor. Governor of Minnesota. I've read that he used to be in the armed forces, so that was good. He was a military man. He was a former teacher. I like that. A teacher in the military. For all those worried people, he's a white dude. But it's interesting how the Republicans instantly, he's an extremist. He's a socialist. He's so far left. I don't fucking know. Why would you? I got to do my research. And listen, even if he's the hardest left mofo, I'm still going to vote for them, because I don't want Donald Trump in the White House again. I will do everything that I can. Listen, I'm not one of those people that's going to tell you who to vote for, but I will, listen, I'm very honest. I will run every negative story on Donald Trump and ignore every negative story on Kamala and Tim. I'm not even trying to be objective. Okay? Because Donald Trump, I lived through that. It was traumatic, those 4 years. Spread your wings and prepare to fly. Actually, that's a good segue. I don't even know why I started. Maybe I started singing that because my brain was saying move on. But God, like I have like this underlying anxiety about the upcoming election, like a frequency. It's just like there all the time, like buzzing in the back of my brain. Like I just want it to be over with. Because part of me still thinks Donald Trump is going to get elected. I have to accept that that's a possibility. Oh my God, at his age? That's funny, Wendy. I don't know if I would do this. I mean, I would probably still do the slingshot. That's pretty badass. Is that like the thing that's like kind of like a bungee, but not really? Is that it? Or I think that's what it is, right? Anyways, Mariah Carey, her baby daddy, Nick Cannon, gave this new interview where he mentioned how he wants to get back together with her. You know it, Halifax Angel. You know it, Sherry. Well, he's only going to say it's rigged if he loses. If he wins, it's not rigged, obviously. Anyways, God, it's so hot in here. Hold on. That light. But I want to look good for you all. I really love doing these every day and talking to you all. And I respond to all your comments, even if you're not live chatting. So I appreciate you so much. Just want to say that again. Okay. Nick Cannon says, we belong together. Pun intended. Yes, absolutely. He would like to get back together with Mariah. Be stupid if I wouldn't. Part of me thinks Nick Cannon is saying that just for attention, but why say that for attention and risk alienating all your baby mamas? Nick Cannon has 6 baby mamas. Well, 5. Mariah and 5 others. He's got 6 baby mamas. 12 children. And also, like, why would you want to get back together with Mariah? Because Mariah is not down with an open relationship. Mariah don't play that way. And Nick Cannon's got it set up now that he is literally in a relationship with multiple of his baby mamas, and they're fine with him being with other women. As long as his checks keep clearing, they're fine. Oh, baby, we belong together. All right, in happier news, according to reports, well, actually, I'll save that one because let's do a not happy news one before we move on. Jennifer Lopez, according to reports, was spotted house hunting in Los Angeles for her own house. Ben Affleck recently bought his own new house in the Pacific Palisades. That was, I think, like a $20 million. Let me make sure. Ben Affleck. Yeah, I'm good. I remembered $20.5 million bachelor pad in Pacific Palisades. Well, Jennifer Lopez was just spotted looking at a house worth $68 million. I think money was probably one of the factors in the split because JLo is lavish. Like, she spends big. And Ben doesn't like to roll that way. It wasn't just about the fact that she loves being so public and all the attention. She loves living an expensive lifestyle. And Ben is a lot more frugal. And that causes tension. Hey, Ananda Kate. Especially when she expected him to pay for half of everything. So Jennifer is really, pushing Ben away. Wah, wah. Also, some wacky news. We finally heard from Team Zac Efron as to what exactly happened in Ibiza, Spain. But I don't believe it, actually. Hear me out. Zac Efron's team alleges that he was rushed to the hospital in Ibiza, the party island where people go do a lot of hugs, because he dived into the swimming pool at this luxury villa he was staying at, and he hit his chest on the bottom of the pool, misjudging the depth. And he was disoriented and swallowed a lot of water in his lungs. If you dived into a pool and you thought that it was going to be deeper than it actually would be, I'm about to blow your mind. Wouldn't you hit your head and not your chest? Like, wouldn't you have maybe both? Like, wouldn't you have a head injury? That wasn't mentioned at all. They just mentioned he hit his chest and swallowed water, and water allegedly got in his lungs. But wouldn't you hit your head if you're diving and you think it's going to be deep and it's not deep? Your head or your arms? Smells fishy to me. And obviously, his judgment was probably impaired because of hugs or alcohol. They didn't mention that, obviously. All right, some positive news. It's being reported that Janet Jackson is going to be launching a Vegas residency. Hey, Ryan, which I'm very excited about. I love Janet. However, I really hope it's not the same show that she's been touring. She's toured a lot over the last 10 years. Is Adam still watching? Adam's probably seen Janet over the last 10 years. She used to put on, listen, I like to be honest. She used to put on better shows. But over the last 10 years, her shows have been lower budget, cheaper. I hope they give her a big budget to produce a bigger, more expensive show in Vegas, because she deserves that, Ananda. And I'll still definitely go, even if it's the same show she's been touring, okay? So I'm very excited about that. It's expected to launch at the end of this year, including a New Year's Eve show at Resorts World, where I've seen Katy Perry, Carrie Underwood. It's a great theater. I'm super excited about that. And super thankful that you have all watched today. Thank you. You're amazing. Ooh, you've seen Janet twice in Austin. Definitely fun. But I want it to be a bit of a bigger show. Oh, cool, Adam. Oh, you weren't. You saw opening. Excuse me, saw opening night. But I'll definitely go to the Resorts World show. You guys, if you've watched a few of my lives at this point and you're not a member, please become a member. I would love it if I can get one new member today, or 10, or 20. I don't have that many members, but I appreciate the ones that I have so much. I chat exclusively with them during every premiere, but then once the premiere is over, everybody can comment. So please comment, please like, please share, and I will see you tomorrow at our normal time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Have a wonderful night, everybody. You're awesome. Bye.